All of you want trucks for dirt cheap? Well, this is it. I'll include a link to the Murdoch Ford's website in the description down below. They're providing us with this truck. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. This week's giveaway highlight is a supercharged Silverado High Country and a Corvette Z06. If you're interested, use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment to get 4x bonus entries on any donation $25 or more. Powering this is a 6.8 liter V8 naturally aspirated that goes through a 10-speed automatic. It puts out 405 horsepower and then 445 pound-feet of torque. We're closing in on 500,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. They've got a bunch of white ones here, but I had to pick the red one because, well, it's cool. Now this is going to come with a more baseline headlights, but again, you can always swap that out after the fact. It does also come with fog lights, recovery points, and if you don't like the air dam, you just pull it off. So altogether, for a baseline truck, it actually has a lot of front end equipment. Tire and wheel setup is 245 by 75 by 17. You've got some silver and chrome on the wheels, and again, look at all that space. You could put much bigger tires if you wanted. Got your F250 badge, itty bitty side step because it's a single cab. You also have the bedside step just behind that. Now, although the truck is coil sprung up front, leaf sprung in the rear, solid axle front and rear. And then here is your side profile. I'll double check, but obviously single cab. I think it's the 8-foot bed. It looks like it. Before we confirm that, key fob features. We got the Ford logo, you have your lock and unlock function, and then this is the flip out key. And popping into the back, the tailgate's not dampened, so you got that. We do have a ruler on the back. You've got points for the cargo tie downs. So yeah, this is the 8-foot bed. No bed liner, but again, that's something that's very easy to add after the fact. And then the tailgate itself is very light. You got the giant Ford logo, rectangular tail lights, bumper steps here, and then the receiver hitch. Towing capacity on this, again, it's going to depend exactly on the axle ratio. I'll double check that. I think it's 373 on this one, but I'll double check. But you're going to be at least mid-teens. That will cap things off for the exterior. Let's check out the interior. Heated mirrors, they do have manual function to like extend out and fold in, but you can adjust the larger mirror with those power functions. And then this is going to be more basic with the trim, but it's going to be easier to clean. 10,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating, so that puts it in the lower class, which is great for a lot of states. And then 3,799 pounds of payload, so still strong payload. And then this has the, I'm pretty sure this is vinyl for the material. I mean, it feels kind of like, it's like a synthetic leather. Easy to clean, it's manually adjustable. And speaking of easy to clean, look at the floors in this. You gotta appreciate that. Light controls to the left of the steering wheel. And bada bing, bada boom, key fob. Now we can go zoom zoom. Now the steering wheel itself is going to be a little bit more basic with the trim, but we've got a bunch of practical stuff here. So controls for the center stack, you've got your volume and voice command controls, cruise control as well. There is a column shifter here on the back. It does have a plus and minus so you can manually shift. Mostly analog gauge cluster. You do have that little screen there in the center which allows you to change the info that's shown, so depending on what you want to see display wise. Backup camera in reverse, it's got pretty good resolution. And then as for the infotainment system, it is quick to respond. Everything is nicely labeled. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Physical buttons for the radio. We also have single zone climate in this. And then charge ports. You got some USBs and 12 volt. There's another 12 volt and an outlet there off to the side. It's funny, you got a little coin holder. Part-time four-wheel drive system with a 2-speed transfer case. There's also drive modes, both on-road, off-road, and towing. Good old-fashioned bench seat, so I mean, it can function as a center console. You can fold it up to be a seat, and then there's another storage compartment underneath at the very bottom. There's also glove box storage, well, above the glove box and then in the glove box itself, and then just a manual mirror dimmer, and then the rear glass is going to be fixed on this. A 2026 Super Duty. See, there's a few options added to this particular one. $52,590. Let's see how this performs. Set off in the Super Duty. You know, I was thinking about today as I was picking out trucks, I feel like it's really only Ford and Ram that compete at this point in the HD truck segment, because General Motors just, I don't know, there's like, I mean, they've got lower prices, I guess that's what they have going for them, but they don't have the most power really in anything, and then the trucks themselves are, I mean, depending on the specs, some of them can be kind of nice, but yeah, it really does seem like Ford and Ram are really the only ones competing at this point. And, you know, in the gas truck segment, I mean, Chevy's 6.6 ain't bad. I will say Ford's kind of king in the gas truck segment because, I mean, Ram 6.4 Hemi's, it's a good engine. But, I mean, Ford has the 2 engine options. And I think that adds quite a bit of value because the utility difference with them is somewhat vast. So this 6.8, what's the 6.8 about? Torque. Even though on paper this has less power than the 7.3, the 6.8 is all about torque. It's about low-end torque. And you do feel it. Now, this truck, again, solid axle front rear, leaf sprung in the back, coil sprung up front. It's an HD truck. It's not, like, uncomfortable, but it does kind of bounce around a little bit unloaded. And that is one thing to note about single cab with the shorter wheelbase and everything. You're going to bounce around a bit unloaded, whereas with, like, if you get like a crew cab, 6 foot 7.5 bed, Super Duty, it's going to ride a lot smoother. It's pretty vast, the ride quality difference. But again, it's just so, there's so little weight back there. There's nothing to really push those leaf springs down. I'm trying this new driving route, seeing if this will work better, but I also... Where do I turn around? I guess I could maybe use... That's a Corey, I don't know. Oh, we got a faster speed limit, so we'll test that out. And we're gonna end up in Timbuktu at this rate. So, it's pretty, I mean, there's not insulated glass or anything like that, so you got some wind noise. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see. Ooh, we can use this. Bye-bye backpack. There we go. It's pretty interesting to see the insulation difference with them. Pretty interesting. I guess I'll get my backpack. Hopefully my camera didn't break. Probably not. We'll probably be fine. Here we're doing some rugged off-roading with the Super Duty. Yeah, it's interesting. I will say these seats are very comfortable. That is one thing that I do like about this Super Duty quite a bit. The seats are very comfortable. Man, this is... I'm gonna get turned around all the way. It's kind of a little bit of a blind curve, and I'd rather be safe than sorry. Gotta love the torque. Gotta love the torque. So let me know your thoughts on the 6.8 on the single cab, but this is the truck that people are asking for, you know? People are asking for something that is more basic, that is more about reliability, durability, all that kind of stuff. And this interior and everything this has going for it, you can tell that's the focus.